Tonight's boxing action proudly brought to you by Madison Sport.
He can taste victory. Oh, hang on. Straight left, drop the peach. He moves in. He can smell blood. Oh, Wilson says bring it on. Get up, get up. Oh, look at this, folks. He's moving in, Briggs. Oh, hang on. He's caught Cole with the right hand. He moves in. He can smell blood.
Back at the weigh-in, Mansfield Tavern the night before the Australian title, and here we have someone who's fought for a couple of Australian, if not more than a couple of Australian titles. Big bad nasty Nathan Briggs. How are you, big man?
Good mate, feeling good.
115's back big again.
Yeah. We've kind of changed things up a bit. I've got a new trainer, and we've got a little bit bigger, and planting my feet a little bit more, and not dancing around as much, and starting to learn how to box. I'm really looking forward to this. Should be good.
You obviously know about James Ellis. He's been around for ages. He's had over 100 amateur fights. He fought for the Australian Super Cruiserweight title, I believe. So you've seen a lot of your opponent. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, he's pretty tough, and he comes to fight, throws a lot of punches. But I'm hitting hard. Looking forward to it. Should be good. He does a lot of sparring with your old nemesis, Colin Wilson. Yeah. So obviously they've traded a few secrets, Nate.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm moving completely different, and obviously that's why I want to get back in there with Cole, and this is the first step for that.
That was my next question. Down the track, year's time, 6 months' time, Nathan Briggs, what are you doing?
We've got a target of 4 or 5 fights, and then Cole again. But we're not going to get in with him until my trainer Tony thinks that I'm 100% ready to take him out. Yeah.
How's the right hand?
100%. I've actually. It's had dramas, and then after the last fight I got a heap of tests done, and now what I've got is a injection in it of cortisone, and it's been awesome. It's the first time since I've done it that's been 100%, and I'm just whacking hard.
I'm glad I'm his friend. Isn't it great to have Nathan Briggs back on the card? This is what people come to see. Thanks, mate. All the best tomorrow. Jimmy Ellis, James Ellis, I'll call him whatever he wants me to call him. He's fighting big bad Nathan Briggs. Mate, jumping up a weight division to the heavyweight division. What are you doing?
Just having to try something different. It's been pretty good not trying to lose weight. So I'll just see how I go. Something different.
Have you eaten more, done weights, or both?
A variety of stuff, yeah. Just got a new weight program and been tucking into the KFC and stuff, so I don't know, pretty casual still. Just box, I just like to fight. So.
We can tell. Almost 100 kilos, that's the biggest I've seen you. You happy with that?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'd like to put on a bit more weight, because weight always helps you, but I can do the best I can do, that's all I can say.
You obviously know a lot about your opponent, Big Nathan. He's been around. He probably little few secrets between you and Colin Wilson. You're still sparring Colin up north somewhere, I'd imagine?
Not too much lately. He's family commitments, trouble with his mother, and same with my trainer Blair, who's Cole's brother. So yeah, we've had it difficult at the moment, but we just do our thing, Central Queensland, we can't do much there.
That's Huf's folk, very laid back, great heavyweight stoush, mate. Great to have you on the card. Nice to have you back.
Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man ready to fight in the red corner is one of the best. A supreme athlete with 100% dedication and lightning fast hand. Weighing in at 115 kilos and wearing the coloured trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, one of Queensland and Australia's finest, Nathan Nasty Boy Briggs. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner hails from the North Queensland town of Emerald. He is trained by none other than Blair Cowboy Wilson. After a wonderful amateur career, he is the current Queensland Super Cruiserweight champion, weighing in at 98.25 kilos and wearing the navy trunks with the white piping. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you James the Emperor Ellis. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 by 3 minute rounds of heavyweight boxing, your referee, Mr. Steve Marshall, the judges, Derek Millam, Alan Simpson, and Alan Burford.
Well, welcome along to the program tonight. In the red corner, we've got James Ellis up against Nathan Briggs. We've got our referee Steve Marshall giving him their final instructions before the fight. I'm Brian Kerwin, filling in this week for Mark Forbes, and I've got a very special guest, the little big man, the people's champ. I've got Chris McCullen with me. How are you, Chris?
I'm very good, Brian. Thanks for having us, and should be a really entertaining fight.
Who will you tip early, mate?
Oh, look, you've got to go with size and experience in Nathan Briggs. James Ellis is a very, very courageous customer, very tough, quite strong, but I just feel there's a little bit too much weight. You know, there's about 20 kilos, and Nathan is a big, big heavyweight, and James is a very small heavyweight.
This is Nathan's first fight back after a bit of a spell. He's had the hand injuries, he's had the 2 fights with Colin Wilson, which has been unsuccessful, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight.
Yeah, well, I would say that, you know, Noah Blair and the boys up there in Emerald, I'm sure that James has done a lot of sparring with Colin Wilson, and they probably fancied their chances, and that's why they've given the weight away and taken this bout on.
He's definitely not shy of taking on anyone, is he? He's went over to New Zealand recently and took on the now PABA champion, Muhammad Azoui, and took him 9 rounds, I think.
Mate, he's from the bush, and as we know, up in Emerald, it's a tough town, and they're as tough as they come up there, and James certainly fits that bill.
I asked him before the fight, I said, why are you taking such a fight with such a weight difference? He just looked at me and said, I love fighting.
Yeah, I believe
that's him.
He's come out and started nice and fast here, and he's taken it to Nathan pretty early. All boys are throwing their heads around a bit. Bit of feeling.
There might be a little bit of niggle because of the camps, though. Obviously, Nathan and Colin have had a fair few stoushes now, and James coming out of the same camp.
Yeah, well, James wouldn't want to go down, you know, but always leading in hard with that head, and I don't think Nathan likes it at all. As they're separated in the break.
What do you think with the heavyweights, Chris? Do they need to be that size? Do they need to be leaner? How do you think they should look at their fitness?
Yeah, I believe personally they've still got to be very fit. Nathan's a very, very big man as it is, and I believe if he's doing the right fitness, you know, and his condition is right, then there's no problem with the size he is. But I personally would like to see him back down a little bit lighter, and as we've seen against Colin, he was quite sharp in the early rounds, and we'll see how it pans out tonight and see how he goes.
Steve Marshall already giving them quite a few warnings to watch for their heads. So
yeah, it's quite a tough sort of a start with both the boys have landed a few little head knocks, and their shoulders, they're throwing their shoulders around. No one really wants to give anything up, but James has started quite strong here. It's a very tough round to score, actually.
Well, with about two or 3 seconds remaining, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back for the next round.
End of round 1.
So how did you see that round, Chris? We're back from the break. Give me your score, mate.
Seriously, I can't separate them really. I wouldn't like to sit on the fence too often, but James Ellis definitely started strong, and I would, it was pretty even round. I think both boys just come out to have a look, and if anything, maybe lean towards James Ellis. He took the fight to Nathan a little bit.
Big crowd in attendance at the Mansfield Tavern this night. It was a fantastic night of fights. Angelo DiCarlo and Ace Promotions have put on an absolute cracker of a night. He's got a big night coming up in October 27 as well, so get out there and enjoy the night.
It's a great venue to fight at, the Mansfield Tavern. The crowd's right on top of you. The atmosphere's great.
Round 2.
Here we go for round 2. Ellis and Briggs.
I'd be guessing Nathan will step it up a little bit this round.
It's only a 4-round fight tonight, so
as you can see, they picked the pace up well and truly at the start of this second round.
You can't afford to lose too many rounds in the 4-round fight, otherwise you're well and truly shot.
Yep. You can see Nathan's getting a bit annoyed with James holding on, which is what James has got to do. He's got to, set his punches off, and then straight away as Nathan goes to let go, he's got to lock Nathan up so he doesn't run into anything powerful. It's a nice jab there from James Ellis. He's doing everything right at the moment. He'll try and lock Nathan up in here.
I would have thought he might have been trying to move around a bit more to keep Nathan on his toes and try and just outwork him for fitness-wise.
You can see Nathan's really getting frustrated. James is just laughing it off.
What do you think the plan would be for Nathan? Say he wins this fight tonight, and how would he then progress back into a fight with Colin Wilson or the likes of those guys for the Australian title?
Look, I'd like personally a nice shot there from Nathan Briggs. I'd like to see Nathan take a couple more fights. Some 6-round fights, 8-round fights with guys like Babe Nui, John Zaghetti, guys like that can get Nathan some good ring time, and then I'm sure he's definitely got the ability to take on anyone in Australia. As he's proven time and time again. So it'd be good to see him get maybe 2 or 3 more 6 to 8 round fights in and get that ring time back up, and then move up to the Australian level again. He's getting a little frustrated here with James Ellis, who's trying to stand out and box, and as they get close, James locks him up, which is exactly what James has got to do. Nice shot.
And how is it as a shorter guy fighting a taller guy? What changes for you in your tactics or your approach towards the fight, mate?
Really, one of my main things I think personally, which a lot of people don't use a lot, is your foot speed. You've got to have high hands because the guys in front of you coming down, but once the taller guys set off, you've got to let the feet work fast and get in and start low and finish high. And, try and then work away to the body and bring his hands down as well. But get your distance, get your feet in the right position, like just James Ellis just did then. He let him go, and Nathan's all the boys are getting pretty rough in there.
I think Nathan's power is starting to tell at the moment. He's caught a few good shots on James late in that round.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably another very close round, maybe lean to a little towards Nathan on that one, but again, very hard to score that fight, that round.
If you're in James's corner, Chris, what would you be telling him?
Considering the weight that Nathan's got on James, I'd probably be telling him to do pretty much the same sort of thing. Just, try and box off, and as he gets close, just lock Nathan up like he's doing, frustrate Nathan. But in the meantime, he's still got to score points. He's still got to, land punches. He can't just lock him up. So he wants to bang, 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 then lock him up and move again. Let Nathan chase him, then land punches, lock him up and move.
And if you're in Nathan's corner and you know he's going to do that, how do you counteract that?
Use your feet a little bit more, Nathan. Let James run onto the jab. Maybe as James comes in, I'll just step back and let a jab go, and then keep him at your distance. Don't let him come in and lock you up.
Well, here we go for round 3. James Ellis against Nathan Briggs. Let's see if any of those tactics that Chris was just talking about will come into play.
This is exactly what Nathan's got to do. Stand at his distance, box long. Just the physical side. Bit of feeling building in. The crowd will love this.
Referee Steve Marshall is going to give him a dressing down here. He's come across from New Zealand recently to join the ranks of the Queensland branch.
It's a good addition. Boxing needs a lot of people. Nice left hook by Nathan Briggs. He's rubbing the head in. There's a bit of dirtiness in this fight. The boys are just playing games with each other.
Looks like an old school rugby league scrum, that one.
It was. Old Sam Bacco would have been happy with that.
Holding. It's a warning.
Just the sheer size of Nathan Briggs, that'll start to wear James out this round, maybe the next round, just by having to push them extra 20 kilos around the ring, and Nathan leaning on him, and which Nathan's had that done to him in the past when he's fought Colin Wilson. Colin's coming a little bit heavier, and it's showed its toll, come round 5, round 6. Nathan should be bouncing out here and then getting long again. Straight back on the jab. Going for the right. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I'd like to see Nathan. Be good to get him a few more 6 and 8 rounders in, and at the moment he's getting a little frustrated because James is locking him up and that, but once you get frustrated, well, your game plan will go out the window. So I think, you know, Nathan's a very, very experienced fighter in, you know, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever he did. So he should be able to handle this sort of stuff and just not let it get to him, and his game plan will still be there.
Well, the referee's given James Ellis his final warning there, and so it's out of Nathan's hands. The referee will take a point next time any other indiscretion happens like that.
Yeah, and that won't be good for James Ellis because it's a close fight, and I'd give it 1 round each so far, and Nathan's winning this round, which if he loses a point it'll be a 10-8 round, and that's pretty much it if it's a 4-round fight.
There's a lot of fights out there for Nathan as well, with Bowie Tupu coming through the ranks, and Mark Demori, and Baden Nui. There's plenty of stepping stones for him.
Yeah, there is, but I feel, you know, Nathan will, because he's such a big guy and he's, you know, he's got a feared name, he'll find it hard to get fights, I would think. A lot of these guys are, you know, trying to move through the ranks and they don't want to take that risk.
Well, we're about to go to a break, Chris. We'll be back with more action as the boys finish in a final flurry right after this. Nice end of that round there, Chris. Welcome back to the program. How did you score that round, Chris?
Yeah, well, you can't go past Nathan Briggs there. It's he finished very strong in the last few punches. He landed quite clean, and I think James is now just starting to hold on. He might be running out of a bit of steam, and Nathan looks quite fresh there at the moment. So I'm expecting Nathan now to step up the mark and really take it to James this round. I'd give it 2 rounds to 1 so far to Nathan Briggs.
Nathan's been doing a lot of sparring with John Zaghetti and some of the boys down on the Gold Coast, so he's quite active in his sparring, but James has said to me in the past that he doesn't get a lot of sparring with, although Cole trains with him, Cole doesn't do a lot of sparring, so this might be where it's Nathan has that little edge over him.
Yeah, well, you can't, you know, it's like a football team. They can train all off season and then get into the game and they're not as fit as they think they are, because you need that game fitness, same as boxing. You know, you can train as hard as you like, but without that sparring, you're not getting the ring fitness that you need. And if James hasn't been sparring and Nathan's doing a lot, we'll look to see Nathan come on strong this round.
You're both holding. Box out. Box out.
Nice left hook there from Nathan Briggs. You can't take away James Ellis's heart. He just keeps trying, even though he's giving away a weight division, a lot of weight. You know, he's always out there trying.
For those that remember the Nerman-Sabonovic fight, it was an absolute war out at Chandler, and James Ellis is on one side of the ring in that fight, and it was only his fitness that lost him that fight. He was winning practically every round, and then Nerman just kept coming and coming and coming and got on top of him.
As Nathan's now on the attack, it looks like he's got James Ellis hurt here. James is holding on. Nathan's got to push him off and let the nice uppercut. Oh.
That was a slip there from Nathan Briggs. I think he's got that look in his eye, Chris.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to finish this off if he can. James got to be very careful. He's a big boy, Nathan Briggs, and he can certainly punch hard. Oh, nice right hand.
Good to see his right hand's held up after the problems he's had with it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's good for boxing as well.
Oh, he's all over Ellis here.
He's got Ellis hurt. Ellis is ready to go down any time now. Nathan, bit of experience coming in there. Nice body shot.
Steve Marshall is having a very close look at this here.
Yeah, it won't be long now. I think you can see James is tired. I mean, his heart's there. He's still trying to punch, but you can see the end coming very quickly. Nathan should be straight onto him. Oh, nice.
Wait. Get your head up.
Oh, nice left hand.
And that's enough. Steve Marshall has waved it off.
And the towel's come in as well. I'd say Blair Cowboy Wilson's let the towel come in and save his boy. Very good cornering. And an awesome effort by James Ellis to even get in there with Nathan Briggs.
Well, that's a good first up win for Nathan Briggs on the comeback trail after the hand injury and the 2 fights with Colin Wilson.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just while Steele Ryan from Thor Building is giving the medallions to the guys, we'll have them in the middle and we'll announce our winner of Fight 4 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Steele Ryan in the corner with Nathan Briggs, one of Nathan's fantastic supporters, acting as his manager as well.
Looking like Steele too.
Here we go. Peter's got the decision
for us.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, we have the decision. But before announcing that decision, ladies and gentlemen, nobody could doubt the courage of the man in the blue corner. He spotted 17 kilos tonight. He is the Queensland Super Cruiserweight champion. Put your hands together for James Ellis, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes, 22 seconds into the 4th round, the referee stopped the fight in favour of the red corner and our winner, Nathan.
Good win for Nathan Briggs. I'm sure he'll be on he is on a card coming up. He's on October 27 out at Mansfield Tavern. The big Fox Sports fight night for Angelo DiCarlo.
Be good to see Nathan back in action out there again. The Mansfield Tavern.
James Ellis will be back, I'm sure of it. Once we find him an opponent at his right weight, he will be back. Let's hear from the nasty one.
Well, let's have a go with with our winner, Nathan Briggs. Nathan, good workout for you. James is a tough opponent. I mean, he's a little bit lighter, but I tell you what, he keeps coming.
Yeah, no, he was tough. I knew that he'd come and he'd be tough. The trainer Tony's trying to get him to slow down a bit more and knock out opponents. So tonight was about a 5 out of 10. And we're back in the gym and we'll be back to getting stronger.
You're carrying a little bit extra weight since the last time you boxed. Is that a plan?
Yeah, definitely. Against guys like Colin Wilson, I think you've got to be a bit heavier. I've got to start moving like a heavyweight, slowing everything down, not wasting all my energy first few rounds, and that's what we've been working. I felt comfortable tonight, you know.
And good, mate. You look good too. So listen, keep it going. We hope to see you back in the ring real soon.
Thanks, mate. Thanks everyone that came out.
Nathan Briggs, ladies and gentlemen.
Jim Callan there taking a photo.
Great champion.
Briggs, the best photographer in the land.
And next week, be sure to watching as we bring you Chris McCullen versus Brad Hemming for the Australian title, a junior welterweight title. This will be fought over 10 3-minute rounds. It was an absolute war. Your co-commentator tonight, Chris McCullen, put in one of the performances of his life. Also, coming up, Oktoberfest, pro boxing, Ultimate Fights, the XFC, all mixed into one. That's October 13 at the Broncos Leagues Club. Call the club for tickets or visit the website redcorner.com.au for all the latest. I'm Brian Kerwin, thanking Chris McCullen for being with us tonight, and we'll see you next week on In the Red Corner for the Australian Junior Welterweight title fight.